Good afternoon, welcome to NMS. Let's talk about bigorexia awareness and what it actually is. Now obviously this has become a real problem, and I've noticed it especially with social media in the last 3 or 4 years. A lot of young guys have very high expectations of what's possible, obviously because they've seen transformations on social media, and they think, wow, if that person can do it, why can't I do it? So what is bigorexia? Bigorexia is body dysmorphia, where someone obviously perceives themselves as being too small, but really they're not. They're actually bigger than normal. It used to be isolated to bodybuilding, but in recent years, bigorexia has become pretty much a social media norm, especially for teenagers and younger men, and especially on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube Shorts. So how does social media fuel this? Well, obviously, social media rewards more extreme because they get more clicks and engagement. More clicks means more popular, leading to extremes of transformations using steroids or enhancements, but presented as natural. This has led to unrealistic expectations of what is possible when building muscle. Many creators Photoshop images, which further distorts his expectations and anxiety. So what's the broader impact of this? In studies of mental health of men, we are seeing increased anxiety, depression, self-esteem issues, generally linked to body image, particularly among men aged 16 to 30 who follow fitness influencers. Unfortunately, social media is an echo chamber, so they get fed more of the same of what they actually look at. The industry obviously lacks accountability, pushes the extremes as companies need to use these people that bring eyes to their products. Two of the leading examples I can actually think of in recent times is Sam Sulek and Chris Bumstead. So what tools is social media using? Well, social media is using a product called BigTalk Detect, which is an AI tool training to identify and flag bigorexia. This analyzes visual cues of extremely lean or hypermuscular physiques and before or after editing patterns. It analyzes text and captions glorifying obsession, self-punishment, or body shaming. It analyzes engagement behaviors or interaction with extremes of steroid content. The goal is obviously early detection, not censorship, so that these things can't be harmful, and they can also be flagged and possibly de-amplified. So reversing the trend. There's a growing movement among influencers, coaches, and psychologists working towards critical awareness and responsible fitness messaging, emphasizing obviously transparency and disclosing enhancements, editing, and unrealistic expectations. They're discussing the use of and risks of PEDs and overtraining. They are also promoting realistic goals. Definitely, guys, this is something that I do because I promote natural bodybuilding, but I also promote the fact that, certain time periods are taken to go and obviously make changes. And if someone's making drastic changes, there is probably enhancements to them, and you can't always believe the images you see on social media. So we're fixing this obviously through changing people's image of what's going on. So anti-bigorexia awareness is now reshaping social media. We are seeing more mental health collaboration between therapists and trainers, body positive bodybuilding content, new communities forming around sustainable gains, longevity, and holistic masculinity. So basically, to summarize this, guys, look, I've been in the industry for a long time, about 35 years. I've been competing for 30 years. Bigorexia has never been a real problem with me. I've never used steroids, and I've always sort of been more about what I'm doing, not what everyone else is doing. Obviously, I can be motivated by guys who have, made some good transformations, but I've been doing it long enough to be aware of it. Now, I try to educate younger people on what is realistic, okay? And when I put images of myself up, they're not doctored, they're not photoshopped, they're true images of myself to show people what is actually possible. But obviously when people say what is possible, I say it takes a while, it takes a few years of hard work and discipline and a proper nutritional approach. If people are looking at using steroids, I don't promote steroids. In fact, I'm more the anti of steroids. So I promote natural bodybuilding, and I think if a lot of people could do that, we'd be making big differences to the industry. If you got any comments about this, guys, by all means, leave a comment below, like and share. And I'm going to put this not just on YouTube, it's going to be on YouTube, and I'm going to also put it on TikTok, because I think this is something that's really important. So make sure you like it, comment, share this post, and more people will get to see it and obviously get to sort of discuss their views of this, because it is a continuing problem, and it is going to lead to a lot of young guys with poor health outcomes because of this, both mental and physical. Thanks for listening, guys, and I hope you got something out of this post.